What's up, you guys? Justin Sun, 300 milli into the Tron arcade. Think that's going to help? It's been in place for a little bit, and it's definitely not chump change. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, love you guys very, very much. Occasionally, we do giveaways on the channel. If you'd like to participate, you must do these three things. Comment down below, because we pick people from the commenters, and then we announce it in a video that follows. But you must also subscribe, hit the bell, and okay, I lied, hit the like button too. And for members, join us, joineamg.com if you want to become a member and get some behind the scenes footage that I think you're going to find to be very interesting and quite unique compared to everything else that's out there on YouTube. So let's get into the Justin Sun ventures into GameFi projects with 300 USD Tron Arcade Fund. We're going to do our little flash round through the news. By the way, in an upcoming video, I'm going to get into the blockchain casinos and why Tron is factually #1 and why this is important to you. That'll be my next video. Don't forget to hit the bell so that you don't miss it, and subscribe, and also comment down below like I said before and let us know what you think. We got Australian baseball club Perth Heat to pay athletes in Bitcoin. We've got Bitcoin bargain, third biggest whale address adds 207 BTC. We've got Bitcoin falling to a 1-month low after a 6% dive. It drops to 56.6. But hey, that's okay because she's up big time. For the year, Boson Protocol seeks to blend physical and digital marketplaces in the metaverse. Now, you guys, you know how I talked to you about headlines and how you have to be aware of how headlines try to manipulate you. So this is one of those things because they're trying to make it sound like Boson is the first to think of or is going to do something unique in regards to blending the digital and physical marketplaces with the metaverse. The metaverse, that's what the metaverse is. It's about blending the physical and the digital all together into one. So there's nothing novel about this headline. Everyone and their mother and father, sister, brother, and neighbor that's in the industry wants to be a leader, wants to ride headlines, and wants to perfect what the metaverse is going to be in terms of execution, how it's going to be presented to people. So don't fall for things like this thinking that you should chase this headline or make an investment based on it with a specific company that's mentioned here or organization. Not to mention, I'm not trying to say that they're bad. I'm just trying to say that a headline like this should not be what makes you make your moves. Justin investing in Axie Infinity. You guys, I've been talking about it for such a long time. The metaverse is going to be led, definitely Tron and BitTorrent are going to be one of the leaders. And you know what? BitTorrent's a natural fit because education is going to fly into the mix. And what do you need to do to educate? You need an infrastructure that enables an easy facilitation of sharing, file sharing. Sound familiar? BitTorrent is a natural fit. Imagine, you know, you've heard of, I'm sure, Khan Academy. So if you haven't, look it up. It's a huge teaching platform on the internet. And I want you to picture something like that, basically backstopped by BitTorrent, the way that BitTorrent was built to exist and to behave. And I want you to think of that backed by Tron, because in my opinion, I think that's going to be one of the things that's going to surprise people. They're going to be able to leverage that infrastructure and create the kind of learning that is going to, well, like I said in other videos, what's more interactive than a hologram? What if Einstein could pop up, or Nikola Tesla, or you name it, anyone from the past, notable and famous, who is currently deceased? What if they could pop up and teach our kids? What if you could actually learn from holograms? And then what if you could have a file exchange experience like no other, that's so interactive, that's also based by the foundation of BitTorrent and the way that that whole system was built from the get-go before the internet even had anything like this or even thought of anything like this at all, when file sharing was just, you know, people sharing torrents so they could get a peek at a movie. So don't underestimate the hidden gems that are sitting in these two projects of BitTorrent and TRON TRX, because I know for a fact, I don't know for a fact, but in my opinion, and not investment advice, do your own due diligence, but I think that this is a hidden gem feature that's going to make them, help make them king in the metaverse. And look, Sun's going big into games. Here's a proof of it, some more proof of it with his Axie Infinity investment move. Let's go take a look and see here. We already zipped through these headlines, but we didn't get to this one. So this one I find to be interesting. I've been talking the last few videos about how there's going to be, I think it's more than a few videos ago now, but anyhow, how there's going to be a new type of mining, and it's going to be really the type of mining that is minced with GameFi. So what I mean, if you didn't see those videos, I think that miners are going to become gamers and gamers are going to become miners, meaning that not only are you going to be able to play to earn in the metaverse, but I think that players are going to actually be able to be the new miners, and that their activities, their actual gaming is going to be able to give birth to coins the same way mining was done in the old days, loading yourself up with machines and having your old-fashioned mining rigs. I think that type of setup in the future will slowly peter out, and I think it's going to be a situation where you're going to be able to play in order to mine. You're going to be able to play in order to earn, and I think players will control a good portion of the float of cryptocurrencies that will be minted in the future, some that have not yet even come to fruition, others that are currently in existence. You will have that float controlled by the activity of GameFi players that are going to be immersed in the metaverse in these games. Now, the other thing I want to go over, Bitcoin did surprise me. I didn't really think it would sustain and break 45K for any prolonged period of time this year. If you all remember, 30 to 45,000 is what I was saying, and I'm always, there to admit if I'm incorrect, I'm incorrect. Nobody can be right 100% of the time. You just got to be right more often than you're wrong. However, what's interesting is it seems a lot of resistance right now. And again, I'm bullish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish on the industry. So don't come out and say, why are you bearish? Why are you bearish? I'm not bearish. I thought it would take till next year for it to hit 100K. I still think it's going to take till next year for it to hit $100,000. I'm talking about Bitcoin. But what I think, happens a lot of the time, and one of the reasons why it's so hard to predict the timing with Bitcoin, really with anything, but especially with Bitcoin, there's so many big players that are involved, and Wall Street is involved now. There's a lot of moving parts. There's the ETF, that it can be difficult to pin down what's going to happen when. So really, and I say this often with most currencies, but I won't talk about most things, and right now I'm just talking about specifically Bitcoin. The easiest thing you can do is just, if you're going to buy it, in my opinion, just hold it. Don't react to the crazy wild waves and wild oceans, because there's no benefit there whatsoever. Make it easier on yourself. Hodl it. Sit. Take a deep breath. When things get crazy, think about the metaverse. Try to be on the lookout for what you think are going to be the leaders and increase your positions there. That's what I would think and what I would suggest. And lastly, before I go, Cardano's approaching that sweet spot that I had mentioned, $1.40, $1.50. Again, you can't be 100% bang on with the actual, to the dollar, but I think it's a great buy around there, and it's getting close. So if any of you missed that or haven't been watching it, just thought I would bring that up also. And that's it. I enjoyed the time with you as usual. I hope this finds you healthy and happy, and I will see you on the next video.